Welcome to Kenpo University. My name is Al Babinick, and I'm your instructor. Today, we're going to talk about obscure claws. There's a couple things about obscure claws that you may want to rethink about doing. It depends how you do it. Personally, I know about 4 ways to do this technique, I think, maybe 5. So as we go through it, I'm just going to go over some of the couple of key points that we want to talk about. So I'm going to do this on slight angles so that you can see everything that's going on instead of straight forwards backwards. So I'm standing here. The guy's got you from next to you. He's not at a right rear flank. He's supposed to be next to you. Now the manual says it's claw, claw, pin. Don't know if you ever tried it. Pretty impossible, okay? Or the only way it works is if your uke helps you, right? So really, you're just going to go pin with the left hand, step back, claw through their face. This comes around. Take a step forward with your uppercut, and that should break their arm, all right? And if they were going to throw a punch at you, it should have twisted them so that their punch, they shouldn't be able to throw a punch because their body, when they were grabbing you this way, you clawed them in the face, and then when you uppercut and you pin their hand, their body should be this way. They shouldn't be able to punch you. Our next move is going to be a just in case anyhow, all right? So it's going to be pin, step back. You're going to do your uppercut as you step forward. Now, from here, just in case he tries to throw another punch, what you want to do, and this is the tricky timing part of the technique, is I'm going to step forward, and this is locked into place. I step forward. As I get almost to the front, I want to stick my hand back. I have to chamber my weapon. I'm not allowed to do it as a separate motion, right? So if you're following along, you can't go all the way to the front and then stick your hand out and then turn to hit the guy. It has to go out, but I want to make sure that this arm's locked as I'm stepping forward just to keep his right punch from coming at us, all right? So I'll do it again. I'm going to move back a little bit. So it's pin, step back, claw through the face. This hand comes around, uppercut. From here, I keep my arm locked, and this is pinned. I keep it locked for as long as I can, but as my foot hits, my hand wants to be out. Now this is chambered for the looping back knuckle. Okay, according to the manual, so I'll do the manual first. It's looping back knuckle, palm to the solar plexus, and then your hand rebounds off you, and you do an inverted middle knuckle to the sternum. So you're going here, so it's just like that, okay? So it's loop, palm, this bounces off you and hits him inverted middle knuckle to the sternum. That's probably going to hurt you, okay? So that's the way it's written as far as it's a category completion move. So we have done the inward. So if you're doing gathering clouds, you're doing your inward middle knuckle. On gathering clouds, this is the outward middle knuckle. So we had to do it for category completion purposes, and that's why it's there. But it's not the best strike you could do, all right? So if you're following along the manual, you want to keep it that way for category completion, perfect, okay? But this is where the equation formula comes in, and we're allowed to alter that strike. I just like to alter it with a thrusting sword hand to the throat instead of the middle knuckle to the sternum. So I'll show you. Guy's got my shoulder. I pin, I step back, I claw, I step forward. I keep this locked as long as I can until I get to here, and then this is going to be the loop. And then as I palm to the sternum, or the solar plexus, that leans him in a little bit, right to a thrusting sword to the throat. By the way, if this looks familiar, it's pretty much striking Serpent's head on the opposite side. So if I was doing striking Serpent's head, he's in front of me, I'd grab his face, step back, and chamber this, and turn. So I'm already facing him. Now I step through this way. As I turn, there's the hit. So I'm not hitting right like ridge hand right up here. This goes past, comes up to here. And again, if you're going to do the middle knuckle, fine. Otherwise, turn and get that chop to the throat, which I think is a better strike. And again, equation formula, you can alter your weapon, you can alter your target, or both, if you would like to, all right? So that's obscure claws. There's a couple other versions that we do, but I'll go over that a different time. But there's just the basic. You might want to switch. If you do the claw version, you might want to go to the claw or the pin claw that I was doing, and instead of the outward middle knuckle, you should do it for category completion purposes, but in reality, a chop to the throat would probably be a better strike. So think about it and do what you want, but that's what I suggest. Thank you for watching this video production from Kenpo University.